hišuk, awaak. Everything is connected.
Everything was one. No matter how you looked at it, our belief is that we're related to everything in the forest, anything that flies in the air, and anything in the water. Everything on land is precious. The plants and the things that grow are precious to us, and there's a reason for it. And because that reason is always changing, you take good care of it, and it'll take good care of you.
This is our home, and if we weren't here, it just wouldn't be the same.
Our ancestors took care of the lands, finding little marks of their existence. It's so important for us to feel that connection to them.
When I walked on that land, I felt like my ancestors and people who mattered to me was with me, beside me.
Our island is medicine, and they say that our greatest strength as Nuu-chah-nulth people is to have the connection to our land, which I think has probably been the most incredible strength I've had in my life.
There used to be a little hill that went downwards towards the water. I would just lay on that grass and I'd look up in the sky and I'd be like, I love it here. It was so pure then, like it was like nothing that I've seen. You see so much development in the land that it's not the same. Everything's changed.
Now Native people started coming in, started to change without really doing too much. But it happens really quick.
The logging.
The logging came.
The logging.
Fishing got more intense. These things changed really quick.
People like my grandpa, there's people who went to that school and they went through a hard time. Like it changed their lives. If we didn't go to that school, we still would have been like hunting in the woods, and I want to learn how to hunt.
I don't know how to speak my own language. That's one thing I tried but couldn't. But I did learn to dance and make shawls and bead.
I didn't teach my own children the language, mostly because it got me into so much trouble in residential school.
Our tribe was moved off in our reserve in Numbing by a logging company. They moved us further away because they wanted to log.
It was really sad when on the way to Numbing there was no trees. A lot of them were just cut down. It was logged.
We're all taught about the interconnection between the land and the ocean, and the impacts on our fishery has been huge. Just even with some of our salmon-bearing rivers and creeks, the amount of logging destroying their spawning beds has reduced the amount of fish back in the ocean. You know, the only people that ever have to suffer from it are us, because we don't move away. You know, this is our home.
When the tide went out, you could have anything that you desired, especially in this harbor, but with the contamination of the canneries and the boats that dump junk into the ocean. You know, our elders were saying then they shouldn't be doing that because there's things that have to live in the harbor. Sure enough, clams started to die out. The oysters were gone. Tutuk was gone. Sea urchins. And the fish farm didn't help any. They're really deformed, and you know, our elders were telling us it's not natural. You don't do things like that to anything. It's not meant to be. But nobody would listen to the elders that were saying this. And they were fishermen and people, and the chiefs even.
All the wildlife coming into our community, that never happened before. Like, we'd never see a deer here, ever. But we see them every year now. We never used to see the bears come in, or the wolves or cougars. It's more the predators following in the deer because their habitat is wiped out.
It's something my own grandchildren can't fathom. They say, Grandma, why would you want to go out in the forest? There's wild animals out there. We believed because our elders told us we were related to everything, and we are all one. We look after each other. If you look after the land, the waters, you're going to be as safe as you need to be.
A lot of animals know so much. Like, if you could talk to animals, it kind of be talking to like elderlies. It's just like how humans are to each other. If you be kind to them, they're going to be kind to you back. This is where they live. It's their home, like how it's all home to. But there's like bears, eagles, wolves, like it's all those things that you don't think about in the future. It's going to affect the future, even if you don't think it's going to.
All of those damage done by any industry or people should be fixed. And when our own people fix our own land, then we become connected. We take responsibility.
It's really important to us now to find a way to monitor not just the land, but the respect for our culture and history.
We have a responsibility to our ancestors to live through our teachings and keep that alive. Our connection to our spirit, to the environment, but mostly to each other. When we stand together, we are a lot stronger than if we're trying to handle everything on our own. And traditionally, we as nations, we did stand together.
We have been connected for thousands of years, and our connection has come through what is now called the Barkley Sound.
It was amazing to me to get together with the 14 tribes. I was a part of the group that was with the Central Region. I got to hear all the elder stories, and I loved it. Like, it was just my time to learn. So I enjoyed it. I really liked hearing their stories. That's the way it needs to be, I think. We need to be together on this. It's time for, most of us as Indigenous people to kind of say, we are responsible. I want to make sure that our land is taken care of. If we don't look after it, who will?
We have a lot to teach each other, and we have a lot to learn too. And I think that Indigenous-led Westcoast Stewardship Corridor is a way that we can work together towards a common goal and lift our neighboring nations up. We had these teachings that kept us in balance, and we're just trying to find our way back. We need to trust ourselves, each other, and the work that needs to be done with consent.
I think it would take a lot to really heal most of the land, because it's been so devastated by other people that it can be done, but it's going to take a lot of time and a lot of love to the land to really work it. You have to really work it.
I've watched that mountain grow back, and I'm hoping when my grandkids are my age that it's this big, beautiful, lush, forested mountain that is helping our salmon stocks come back.
Kwa'ut's owner of reality, it's a reminder that our lands and our waters and everything that we are belongs to the future generations.
Stories connected me to the land. I hope that like the language classes at UES become more popular so that the language becomes unforgotten and is passed on down to like our generation so that we can teach the future generations and it's not called a forgotten language in maybe like 10, 20 years.
I hope that people who just come in our land respect it. Our land is beautiful. It's one of the beautiful places you could ever be in.
And it's important that we tell ourselves that we can do this. You know, we can repair those relationships to the land, that it did happen. There was a disconnect. We were taken from our land. We can't go back and live like we did, but we can build new pathways with those core values that reflect our ancestors. In that way, we honor them.
So one thing about this place I've always loved is the mountains. And that's always brought me back home. Like if I ever left, I would come back home because I missed the mountains. And the ocean, like it's just always been there. And just for me, that's a reason to be home.
I think what my hopes for our youth to love to be on the land again, knowing all the creeks and the rivers and the important landmarks that our ancestors navigated these waters with, and so they will always know, if they're ever lost, how to find their way home.
Can you say that one more time?
Hišuk ma. Hišuk.
Ikshuk.
No, hish.
Hish.
Suk.
Shuk.
Ma.
Ma.
Awaak.
Shawa.
Yeah, everything is one.
I was just going to ask you guys if you want a hug. Do you want a hug?
I suppose. Why not?